Hello there, and welcome. The thing that all of you fans have been waiting for has just happened. That's right, Baby Yoda's back, baby! But yeah, the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer just dropped, and in this episode, I'm going to break it down and talk about everything that I noticed. Hopefully, I can find a whole lot of cool, interesting stuff about it. Um, but without any further ado, welcome to today's episode of Star Wars Nerds and Geeks. So, actually, I was working on a couple videos to be released pretty soon when this trailer dropped. Today's 9/15/20. That's when the trailer was dropped. And, I had to drop all the videos I was working on, rushed over to the trailer, and I've watched it so many times I've lost count. Um, but that's all in an effort to tell you all the things that you may have missed in the trailer, and hopefully I'm able to get a lot of them. So I'm very excited for today since it's the very first time that I am reviewing a trailer, that I'm talking about a trailer on this channel. And because of that, I'm definitely inexperienced about doing it. So you should probably watch the trailer before watching this video because it's going to annoy you very much if you haven't seen the trailer. So I put the trailer in the description below. Link to the trailer in the description below if you want to watch that. But without any further ado, for the first time ever, welcome to Star Wars Nerds and Geeks, where we are going to be breaking down the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer. First, this planet right here, it looks it's a wasteland planet, obviously. It looks a kind of like possibly Jeddah, I was just thinking, but I think more likely it's the planet that Baby Yoda is from, or the child as he's known in the series. But as we continue, we see that planet that's starting to come up, and I'll show it better as the clip goes on. I just want to pause it so that the music doesn't get in the way of me talking. But that planet looks more like a tropical planet, which is very interesting. I don't remember there being a planet next to the one that Baby Yoda is from. Maybe I'm mistaken, but if so that could mean that this isn't the planet that Baby Yoda is from, or maybe I just missed that. But it looks kind of like it looks similar to Naboo, but I don't think it's Naboo, this planet. Okay, so as the ship passes, this is the Mandalorian ship. As it passes, you can see, you can kind of hear it like shaking. It seems like this was coming out of a battle or something, like it's broken and it's was shot up a lot. And what I find very interesting is that the back hatch is open, and that's generally not a smart idea to open up the back hatch in the vacuum of space. So maybe something happened where they had to open the hatch so that the invaders would fly, that there were people invading the ship like pirates, and he opened the back hatch so they all flew out. And that could explain why the ship is kind of rattling. Um, or maybe people are jumping from the ship, or maybe it's just like broken and it's stuck down. But I found that very interesting. Sparks flying. There's the planet. Show me. Or I want listen to that chant. That's maybe I'm pulling this out of nowhere, but that sounds a lot like this, deep voice, whatever. But it sounds a lot like it's saying Ilum, like I don't know. But Ilum is a planet that is very sacred to the Jedi, which as I'll be discussing further in this video, I think is going to be important to this season. So now we're coming up.
Show me the one whose safety deemed such destruction.
So that was the female Mandalorian that I'm pretty sure that was the female Mandalorian that made like the main Mandalorian's armor. I'm sorry if I don't know their names, if they have names, because it's been a little bit since I've watched this. But this scene right here looks a lot like the planet that we ended the season on.
You must
Those scenes look like they came next to each other, and this planet right here, I'm sorry about the darkness. You'll probably want to watch this video on your own. I'll link it in the description so you can see it better. But this place right here looks more like it actually reminds me a little bit of Corellia from Solo Star Wars Story, and I know it's not Corellia, but I think this might be a different planet, like a more industrial like planet. But maybe it's the same planet that I was talking about earlier that we ended the series on, and I just didn't recognize it.
unite it with its own kind.
So there she was talking about the goal for this season. Apparently, it looks like it's to reunite Baby Yoda with Baby Yoda's species, which is a very, very big deal because nobody has unearthed who Yoda's species is. So this season could be revolutionary. However, I doubt that we will find out who Yoda's species is because it's such a closely guarded secret and he's supposed to be shrouded in mystery. So I don't think they will tell us what his species is, and I don't think that they should. I feel like that should be something that we just have to theorize about, never truly know. But anyways.
Where?
Tatooine.
This you must determine.
I am pausing this every few seconds, so I'm sorry about this. But Tatooine, the Tusken Raider, I feel like Tusken Raider are very important, and maybe that's going to tie in with stuff that we'll learn about in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series that is coming out. Yep, you heard me right. Obi-Wan Kenobi series is coming out, and I will talk about that in a future video. Anyways, flying on to Tatooine. This planet right here, we're seeing like scenes every few seconds. So many planets that he's visiting. This planet, this looks like a snowy ice planet. What are all the ones that we know of? Well, it could be Megiddo, but I find that highly unlikely. It could be Ilum, which I actually find very likely, but this doesn't seem to fit the landscape of Ilum as much. Ilum had more like mountains rather than crevices. So maybe it's not Ilum. But it could also be Hoth, that I also find highly unlikely. Or it could be Scipio, which we see in the Clone Wars TV series. That's where the banking clan had their members. So I'm not exactly sure where this is.
Songs of eons past.
Right here. Well, first off, his ship looks a tiny bit different. The paint job, it almost looks like I don't know, it's been rusted, so maybe it's been out in the rain a lot. But this place right here, again, it's a, sorry if you can hear that background noise. But again, this planet right here is one of those snowy planets that I was talking about earlier. However, this planet, I think, is most likely Ilum, because Ilum is a very important planet to the Jedi. It's a very sacred planet, and I won't talk all about it, but essentially that's where they get all their kyber crystals that power their lightsabers. Ilum was also a very important planet in the Mandalorian Wars during the in Legends. It's a very important war, and a very important planet during the Mandalorian War. So I think that since we're learning all about the Mandalorian War, we're learning all about the Jedi, I think that this planet's Ilum, or at the very least, he's going to visit Ilum, and we're going to learn more about it.
Battles between Mandalore the Great and an order of sorcerers called Jedi.
So right there, I kind of preluded to it, but she was talking about the Mandalorian Wars, which happened in Legends. However, it's obviously becoming canon now. So I'm very happy about this, because when Disney took over, they essentially took out everything that happened before episode 1, and they just added stuff that happens after, between episode 6 and, from episode 1 and beyond, especially after episode 6. So they took out a lot of the Old Republic era. Mandalorian Wars were a big part of the Old Republic, and they're putting a mention them. They're mentioning them here, making them more, even more canon. We're probably going to learn more about that. One important figure in the Mandalorian Wars was a guy called Revan, who was switching between the Jedi and the Sith, and fought the Mandalorians, became a Sith Lord. Complicated story. Another thing I'd love to talk about. But Revan was teased about in episode 9. Perhaps we'll learn more about him. Maybe, I don't know, find his old diary or a journal or whatever, something like that. Now, this planet is very interesting. I'm almost 100% certain that this is Mon Calamari, because the people that you see walking around, the aliens, those are all Quarren. So Mon Calamari has two native species on it. They have the Mon Cala, which are the fish people like Admiral Akbar. Then they have the Quarren, who are the squid people like you see in here. So I think this is some sort of fishing yard on Mon Cala. Shoot, I missed it. I keep missing this one. Okay, so now this figure. Who is this figure? I am kind of thinking that she is. I'm pretty sure it's a she, but I'm pretty sure that this figure is not a Jedi or a Sith, and maybe even doesn't follow the dark side or light side. But I'm pretty sure that this figure is some Force user, maybe a sorcerer or a warlord or something, a wizard, a witch, whatever. And she is gonna be like a important part in the Mandalorian series. Perhaps will be like teaching the Mandalorian all about the ancient Mandalorian Wars or something, or maybe they'll be rivals. Anyways.
You expect me to search the galaxy and deliver this creature to a race of enemy sorcerers?
There she goes. She's gone. Baby Yoda.
This is the way.
This is the way, as you know. What is this? Well, this is on some ocean, and it kind of looks like a fishing vessel. Let's go. Yeah, so there you can see when you're looking at it, to the left of the Mandalorian, right behind Baby Yoda, is a Quarren. So this is probably on Mon Cala. This is probably on Mon Cala. I can't tell. There's another figure close to the top right. I can't tell who that is or what that is. It kind of looks like a human. It's definitely humanoid. I can't tell anything else, but some sort of fishing vessel. So that part. Those are New Republic X-Wings, because, this is during the time of the New Republic. So what it kind of looks like to me is the Mandalorian's going to some restricted New Republic area, and these X-Wings are kind of escorting him. And they're here because he did something. Maybe they learned that he wasn't supposed to be here. Maybe he fought them. Maybe he's not listening to them. I don't know what he did, but now it looks like the X-Wings are fighting him. So again, he's against the New Republic. And remember that one episode where he was doing a pirating job against the New Republic? Where was that? That last scene?
This is the way.
Also, his armor looked a little different, a little starch, a little white. His ship looks a little different. Right here, I'm pretty sure this is Tatooine. I can't think of any other desert planet this would be. Jakku has more like sand dunes, whereas Tatooine also has the like rocky mountain, like the mountains that are very rocky and still sandy, but this looks more like a Tatooine thing. He's on some sort of speeder, maybe being chased by someone. Who knows? Oh my gosh. Crazy how much stuff is packed into such. Alright, two figures that we're very familiar with. But let's look at the background. The background right there, if you see the colorful banners, the first thing that I thought of when I saw that was the festival that happened in episode 9. Is this the same planet as that festival happened on? Perhaps. I'm looking, there's some domed buildings. I'm thinking that's more of a Tatooine thing. Maybe a Black Spire outpost from Galaxy's Edge. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it looks a whole lot like Black Spire outpost from Galaxy's Edge. That's interesting. Two figures that we know very well. The background, I can't really tell anything. Alright, so those TIE fighters, those are really cool TIE fighters. I really like them. But that's the Grand Moff that had the dark saber. He had TIE fighters just like that, so we're going to see a reemergence of him. Notably, the dark saber was a big part of the Mandalorian Wars as well, so some bits of history. Maybe he'll be collecting bits of history. Maybe Yoda's species is tied to the Mandalorian Wars. I don't know. Right there we had the I'm not even gonna go back, it takes too much time. But we had they were probably in some sort of shuttle. I don't think that looked like a Star Destroyer, more like I don't even know, like a Lancer frigate or some sort of smaller ship that's still big, but it's more like a support ship, not a capital ship. But that was the classic Imperial sirens going on, the stormtroopers coming down. Maybe he infiltrated some ship, some Imperial ship in Imperial space. Then here, that on the left-hand side looks a little bit like the helicarrier from Marvel, and I know that's really random, but yeah, maybe they have some sort of Star Wars helicarrier. I don't know. But those are the scout troopers that we see in the Mandalorian TV series, the first season. And they're jumping off of this platform into... Oh my gosh, that's crazy. They land... That's very impressive. Wow. But this area looks very dark and black. Kind of like a, like it's, like a lot, like if Mustafar, like the cooler parts of Mustafar, that's what this looks like a volcanic world. Also, maybe you can see it, but to the right of the stormtrooper, it looks like there's a skull right there. I don't think that's anything. There's the weird formation of the rocks, but that's kind of cool.
This is no place for a child.
Alright, he was coming out of the water, so he was being drowned somewhere. But with his helmet still on, he doesn't ever take that off. This scene, I didn't mean to pause it here, but I think it's good I did. To the right of the jetpack, looks like there's some sort of ship right there, perhaps. I don't know anything about that. But to the left of the Mandalorian, that looks a lot like his ship, maybe somebody else's ship, but I'm pretty sure it's his ship. We can also see a river flowing. So this isn't an entirely volcanic barren world, since there's some sort of river, like a glacier runoff or something. That's on Ilum. But listen, I think I've heard the Tuscan Raider. I'm just gonna say, I think I heard the Tuscan Raider sound when he was shooting out that light bulb. Which is very
You know this is no place for a child.
Is that a Tuscan Raider that he has upside down? That would be amazing. I don't think it is, though. This is some sort of intimidation tactics. Maybe this character is the character that we'll see in a few scenes. And to the left of the Mandalorian, looks like there's a prison, maybe some Twi'leks in it. That Ilum. Almost 100% certain that's Ilum. See, the cave that he's walking into glows a little bit, just like it did with the Jedi when they went in the Clone Wars. So, honestly, I'm hoping he's not Force sensitive, because every single main character is Force sensitive. It's really cool to have just a normal character in Star Wars, but this could allude to the fact that he's Force sensitive. Again, hopefully he's not, but possibly.
Wherever I go, he goes.
Oh my gosh, his ship. So, his ship got shot down. The repulsor lifts were probably destroyed. So he's just being shot down. He's going through the atmosphere. This could possibly be Mon Calamari. Because, and, he crash lands in the ocean. And that's why he has to get onto the fishing docks. That's why he has to go out on the fishing ships, or so that he can find a ship and salvage it. So there's some sort of underground fight club, and those banners up there, I hate to say, but I don't recognize any of them, which is kind of sad. This is a good scene to pause at, though, right around here. Just check out those banners, because maybe they mean something, or maybe they are just part of this little fight club. And these two characters, they look like very skinny Gamorrean guards. I don't know. They're fighting each other.
So I've heard.
Ooh, Cyclops guy. This guy looks kind of interesting. I like this part. Okay, so as you can see, the fight club. So I'm assuming what happens is he gets into a fight with the entire club, because when the three guys were behind him pointing the guns at him, they were all humans. But this character that he just threw a knife at is not a human. And as you'll see as he's falling down, maybe you'll recognize him. He looks a lot to me like the guards that Jabba the Hutt has in the Clone Wars TV series. And I can't remember their names right now. But he looks a lot like those guards. So maybe this implies Jabba the Hutt is dead, but maybe this implies that he'll be doing some dealings with the Hutts.
This is the way.
This is the way. So, Mandalorian, new season, streaming October 30th. So September, October, so that's 1 month and 15 days away. So, it's pretty soon. That's 6 weeks away. So yeah, that was pretty amazing. First, I really hope I don't get copyrighted because I put the trailer in here. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do it like that, and I'm trying to do something similar to the way that they do it. So hopefully I don't get copyright strike. That would really suck if I do. And I'm a small enough channel that they probably wouldn't notice anyways. But hope you enjoyed. If you found other things in the trailer, put them in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. But until next time, this is Star Wars Nerds and Geeks signing off. See you next time.